And I am back for the third day in a row. Look at me go. As usual, Twitch claims I have a single viewer and is refusing to tell me who it is. So, hello, mystery viewer. Let's hope, since it's midday today, I should actually be able to find a match. I feel like playing human. I don't know what it's like. Alright, orange is balance, green is range, blue is stun. Sweet. Finally, a new map. Actually, no, I've already played this one. Is this game like a free maps? Look it up. Who knows? Jack shit about it online. Lovely. Looks like I'm gonna be playing against bots again. Which is only a little depressing. It's finally showing me who it says. It's me. I'm probably the only person watching me. I love that. Is it just something about streaming that makes me tired, like, immediately? I don't think I ever yawn this much. Normally. Woo! Phil Ellison team, let's go. Let's go. The fucking Girls Brigade. Let's fucking go. What should I hide? Totally stealthing. Ah, shit. They already got one. Where's the ghost? Boom. Stun tape, so it should hold him long enough. Come on. Yes! No, let's run like hell. Shit, it hurts. He immediately recaptured her. Oh, bye. Actually, out of here now. Nope. Damn it. Bonk. I'm pretty sure that's basically the game. Just vape in here now. I'm running circles around you. I'm running circles around you. I'm running circles. Come on, you gotta try and free us so the game's over. Who the fuck's the ghost? Oh shit! Yes! You genius! They run like hell. Yum. Crap. Are you serious? He immediately... Got going. Oh yeah. Back in the cage. Sure, this is some incredible gameplay. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in the game. Sit my ass down and wait. Just on infinite loop. Famous. Bleh. Ah, crap, run, run! How did he keep missing? Oh, that's brilliant. Let's go. Nope, there we go. Immediately got caught. It's real interesting. I'm out of here, by the way, though. Go, go, go! That fucker's coming. He's coming. Nope. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Come here! Come here, we need to speed this! Get your ass back here! Come on! He's gonna catch both of us. For 3 seconds. Dodge him for 3 seconds. Please. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes! Oh, we were so close. Got achievement. Got achievement for every person in the human in the lobby being the same character. Boom, rank up, let's go. Probably gonna play a couple of games of this if no one ends up putting me online. Yep, another NPC match. Maybe I should go for 100% achievements on this game. Look at the babies. Let's go. Heading. What are you guys shouting about? Oh shit, there he is, there he is! Go, go, go! Make him phase through as much stuff as possible. Phasing slows him down. Oh god. Stunned, let's go, come on. We put over here so we can, yeah, there we go, speed boost. Speed boost, run away together. No! Damn it! Honk. Do, 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 do. Go, go, go! Well, help, please. Unlock the cage, go, go! And now we sprint. Yeah, you got one. Bonk. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no. Damn it. Come on, whoever the last guy is, where the fuck are you? Here you are. Shit. Damn it! Oh, that's match. Bonk. Bonk. I'll try to play a couple games with the monster then. At least I don't want to rely on my NPC teammates. Yeah, I unlocked something now. What was this? There was this speed after crouching for some time. Not bad. Don't think I'm gonna get it though. Let's go. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be our last match in this map. Since this is set to change in 2 minutes. I'm vibing this soundtrack. Let's go. Now let's go. Let's go get him. Just this guy's phasing speed is decently fast compared to the rest of them. I can kind of just beeline it towards my opponents. Damn it. Just stun type, I'm gonna be here for a good second. Gotcha. And now I've gotta be wary of the cage. We should try and open it any second. There's 2 of them still free. But you gotta watch out. Ah! Damn it! Oh shit. Going back in the cell. Gotcha. There's one. Right, now I've got some time to catch the next one. Damn it! That always happens. Fuck's sake! Oh, I might get run around by a bunch of NPCs. I've got to catch these two before the gate unlocks again. You guys back here. Gotcha. Yoink. Right. Much easier now. I only have one of them to deal with. As long as I can locate them, should be able to open the cage. Problems, where are they? There she is. Just gotta catch her before time runs out. Gotcha. That's game. And that's game. 15 seconds to spare. Not brilliant, but I'll take it. Let's try another game as this. Wonder what the new map is. Oh, perfect. Okay, come on, you can't tell me there's a difference between those two characters. Oh, the tie is a slightly different color. They changed the hat slightly. Come on. You know, after this game, I'm gonna boot up Happy Blossom, and we can blaze through some of that story today. Another goddamn NPC lobby. I believe coins are used in every world to purchase items. Alright, let's go. What? I should have caught her. I got one. Second one isn't too far away. I'm pretty sure they're gonna start doing latches if I try and chase them down. Yep, there he goes. Got ya. Yeah, that's still taken care of. Now well, I can just find the third one and not get flashed by him instantly. Should be good. One question is, where are they? Sitting nearby. come on. The moment I move more than 2 feet away. I got one. Back here. Come on, I don't have time for this. Got you. Back to the cage. Where is the third one? Feeling if I move a little bit further away from it, it'll be lured out. There he is. Oh, come on, no, no! There goes the game. Fuck me, I guess. Stun me for good measure, why not? I screwed it. Damn it. Alright, well, let's spit up Highway Blossom then. The nice part about Happy Blossom is one, cute lesbians. Not that I'm biased or anything. But also it's fully voice acted, so I don't have to do character voices. God, that's loud. Alright, game capture. The game feels like capturing, that'd be nice. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna go for 5 minutes. I want to get back where we can start. I'll edit the stream tail. Sweet. Alright, I'm back. Let's get this party started. I've already played like the first chapter, but remember when we start for the sake of the stream. That was enough hard into it. gorgeous intro. It's a lot of artists do this. The music ends, the cassette clicks to a stop. I've listened to it so many times I've even memorized the placement of the static from the song's original broadcasts. I'm worried that Dick may eventually eat the tape, but it never happened to him, no matter how many times he played the damn thing, so I'm not too scared. It used to drive me crazy. Every day he'd play it over and over again. Sure, he would throw on something different after a few loops, but soon enough he'd switch back and the cycle would repeat itself. Sometimes I think he would just do it to mess with me. I would be in the back in bed, smothering a pillow over my head to block out the music. He would just turn it up louder, even during all-nighters. That was so like him. Even near the end, when we had finally settled down, he was still pulling that kind of crap. I'd come home from school sometimes, and the police would be knocking on the door because the entire block had called in a noise complaint. He said it was because he was hard of hearing, but I know he did it just to get a rise out of the old coaches who lived nearby. I think that was his worst fear, ending up another better sack of bones. So he'd do everything in his power to be the exact opposite right up until the end. Of course, that meant I would always have to deal with the fallout. Can't imagine what the neighbours thought, seeing a little girl go door to door, apologising because some old man decided it'd be funny to put plastic flamingos all over their award-winning lawns. Can't help but smell, just a little, even when it does hurt. Take a sip of my coffee. Outside, a heat haze shimmers over the never-ending ocean of sand. So much desert. Even Roswell was just rock, sand, and a few shacks, all alien-themed, of course. Didn't see any UFOs though. I'm not used to how dry everything is. Even if the AC on high, enough to rip off my eyebrows, I'm still all sweaty. Guess that's what happens when you laze around in snowy Colorado for a decade. In that regard, the desert's a nice change of scenery. I don't exactly hate it. New sights are nice, especially since his health didn't allow him to do a lot of travelling when I was a little girl. I can see myself getting used to this. Well, maybe in another 15 years when I have everything paid off. Ugh, damn it, Hammer. Snap out of it. You can worry about that later. This isn't your trip. This isn't your trip, so stop being so selfish. I push the eject button. Take the tape out and look it over. Probably for the 20th time today. Years worth of brown stains and greasy fingerprints are smudged all over it, making it feel grimy to the touch. It still works like a charm though. There are more cassettes in the glove compartment, a mixture of mine and his, mostly his. I should just play one of those and get it over with. My hand gravitates towards the latch. You're gonna be okay, right? No. I snatch my hand from the latch and flip the tape over. Once again, I find myself staring. With a sigh. Oh jeez. Pardon me. With a sigh, I stick it back into the deck. I reach towards the play button, taking another look to see if the road is still clear. Like always, it... Isn't? I slam on the brakes, their shrieks piercing my skull. A glance at my rearview mirror showed a girl, cringing next to an ancient-looking car, covering her ears as I screech down the road. Making a U-turn of dubious legality, I pull up in front of her car, killing the motorhome engine. I hop out and shield my eyes in the blazing New Mexico sun. Only now do I realize how precious the AC really is. It doesn't take more than several steps before the girl comes bouncing up to me with a look of relief.
Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you! I was starting to think no one would ever stop.
With each word getting a little closer, till we were finally within touching distance of each other. Her smiling face now filling my entire field of vision. I should probably move my ass over here. No really good place to put myself here. There we go, just like hide in the corner. Thanos mug next to me. Should be fine, right? Where the fuck do I put myself? Maybe I could do it in Mini Annie. That doesn't feel right. Where do I do this? Do I have to hide in a corner somewhere? Just it's weird. Curse my big ass ears. Maybe I shrink down a little. This'll do. Will it? Really should have thought of this beforehand. No, just sit them like the opposite side of the screen. That'll have to do. That's what I'll have to do for now. With each word, she gets a little closer, but we're finally within touching distance of each other. Her smiling face now filling my entire field of vision. Her bright auburn hair is done into a girlish slave tail, glistening beneath specks of sweat. Standing out in the heat must have made her round, pale cheeks a sun-kissed red. But she still looks put together, like the desert would sooner melt her rather than do any real damage to her lips. I almost feel embarrassed to be in front of someone who's dressed so cutely. Her furry green top and skirt puts my red shirt and khakis to shame. It's all brought together by one thing though, her eyes. They're blue, vivid blue, deep and rich, complementing the traces of her misty perfume. It gets closer and closer. Too close, too close, too close. I scramble back and cough, trying to hide any awkwardness.
No problem.
What's she doing out here alone? Driving through? Hell, is she even alone? Peer off into the plains on the side of the road, half expecting a guy to pop up from his hiding place now that some idiot has fallen into their trap. That idiot being me, of course. Much to my surprise, no one does. Instead, the girl continues to stare at me, smiling as she patiently waits for my response. I glance behind her and focus on her car.
So what's the issue? Your car breakdown?
I think so, yeah. I was driving and I just kind of...
Stopped.
Yeah.
She lowers her head in shame, eyes fixated on her feet, kicking the dust around her.
I'm not much of a car buff, but I can take a look at it.
Her head plops back up and life returns to her eyes.
Oh, wow! Could you?
Yeah, can't promise that I can do anything, but I can at least check it out.
That'd be great!
Alright, first things first then.
This thing was even older than my motorhome. It was probably a nice car once upon a time. Both dented grille, multiple scratches, and a faded murky green color. It's hard to believe such a cute girl was driving it. I slide into the fabric seat and start the ignition. I don't know I don't know too much about how this stuff works, just enough to keep the motorhome from going out, but I can't imagine it's too significant of an issue. Probably just a dead battery or... no gas. A single car passed by, killing us with a refreshing gust of wind, sparkled with dirt and sand.
Is something wrong?
Is this a joke?
Oh no, did I break it?
No, it's just out of gas.
What? No way! Dad said I should have filled up before I left.
Is she for real? Why is this girl in the middle of nowhere by herself? Is she trying to force all the ideas into the center of her brain? I cannot read today. Just moving for a terrible... whatever, I'm just saying. Blah. As if trying to force all the ideas into the center of her brain, the girl grabs her head and whines under her breath.
Ah, man, and I didn't charge my phone either. What am I gonna do?
I'd offer her mine, but I've never had a cell phone in my life. Seems like you'd both be pretty seems like you have to be pretty absent-minded to forget that then. She whines once more and turns to me.
Hey, this might seem a little weird,
Oh no.
but could you take me somewhere nearby so I can get some gas?
And what do you know? She actually did it.
How long did you say you've been stuck out here?
I don't know. A few hours, maybe? I've been trying to wave down everyone who drives by, but you were the first to stop.
Hold Hold on. Everyone?
Yep.
This heat must have fried her brain. Do you have any idea how dangerous that is?
That's probably not a good idea, you know.
She cocks her head to the side and gives me a look of genuine curiosity, like it wasn't obvious or something.
Huh? Why?
Well, you know. A cute young girl alone in the middle of the desert? It's just asking for trouble.
But you're a cute young girl alone in the middle of a desert.
What?
My friends. Her comeback takes me off guard, and I turn away a little, avoiding eye contact.
Yeah, but that's different.
A smile returns to her face, the same bright one that she showed me when I first pulled over. I'm still avoiding eye contact, but she leans over to the direction I'm looking and continues to smile.
So, do you think you can give me a ride?
I don't know.
Please! It shouldn't take very long.
This girl, it's like she doesn't even listen to what I'm saying. Still, better me than some psycho. I say, it's not like a small detour will make me late or anything.
I guess it's fine. I'm not in too big of a rush anyway.
Before I'm even finished, she springs off the ground, bouncing to the motorhome.
Hey, wait!
It was already far too late, as she somehow made her way onto the motorhome before its owner even brain fart, God. But it's already far too late, as she somehow made her way into the motorhome before its owner, even finding the time to give me a small wave from the passenger seat. I heave a heavy sigh, rubbing my temples as I climb back into the driver's seat. I really need to get better at just reading shit out loud. The key is still dangling in the ignition. I retch it around and the motorhome roars to life, forcing a surprised squeak out of the girl.
By the way, my name is Marina. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Amber, don't mention it.
Careful not to hit her car, back up the RV and turn it around, sending us in my original direction. I reach for the play button on the cassette player, faintly giving into temptation, but Marina starts up again.
Why aren't we going the other way? Wasn't there a station a little ways back?
It was more than a little ways back. I saw a sign a few miles ago that said there was a station not too far from here, so we're going there.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that. You're really observant.
Yeah, you're really oblivious.
Not really.
Silence falls between us. The roaring of the engine and swish. God damn it. Silence falls between us. The roaring of the engine and swishing of the wind from outside being the only sound. Take this as my cue and reach for the cassette player once more. Finally get.
How do you even drive this thing? It's huge!
Marina spreads her arms out like an eagle unfurling its wings, almost bopping me on the head in the process. I clear my throat and grab her arm out of the air, gently placing it on her lap.
It's not that bad. You get used to it.
She tilts her head to the side and gives me a little grunt, as if to say, "That's so." And we return to the silence from before. Again, I reach for the cassette plate.
So what are you doing out here? Are you going camping? Seems like what you're doing is fun.
Take a deep breath and hold it as long as possible before letting it out.
Just traveling. What about you? Why are you out here?
Oh, well, it's kinda silly.
She scratches her head and lets out an embarrassed laugh before staring at her feet. She quiets down and surprisingly stays quiet. Well, looks like that worked. I reach for the cassette player one last time. I stop for a moment to look at the glove compartment, and then Marina. It looks lost in thought. Finally, I press play. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the station, Marina trailing closer behind me. The drive was quiet after I turned the music on, turning the tables on her, and asking what she was doing out here seemed to throw her off. I didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. It's just been ages since I had a conversation beyond accepting some half-hearted condolences. But to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. The guy behind the counter is busy bringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. Sorrow is one of those big and many more places, made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has an unnatural sanitary shine, accompanied by the scent of citrus cleaning products.
Hey, they have cola flavor here!
I turned and found Marina clutching the slushy machine, her eyes waving like a cat when tended with urine.
Don't most gas stations have it?
She shakes her head, doesn't take her eyes off the machine.
All the places back home only had cherry and raspberry. When we got sick of them, we just had to mix them together. But...
Marina finally turns to me, wearing a face of pure concentrated sadness.
I left my wallet in the car.
It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Just looking at her, I can feel my heart break. Wait a second.
How were you expecting to pay for the gas?
I don't know. I just remembered.
How did she last 5 minutes out in the desert?
Fine, I guess I'll pay for it.
Really?
Yeah. And grab yourself one of those slushies too. But make it a small one.
Her pure concentrated sadness melts into pure concentrated happiness.
You're the best, Amber.
She grabs a cup and holds down the button until the slushy overflows and drips out inside. I was going to pay for the gas anyway, but I'm hoping the drink makes up for the drive over. I spot the gas can, with Marina happily sipping her drink, grabbing one. I spot the gas cans, with Marina happily sipping on her drink, grab one and head for the counter. The guy at the register is still ringing up the same girl. Flings of flimsy plastic bags laying the counter, mixed with a mixture of off-brand junk food and garland pills. She scans the items as the girl digs for her wallet, her bandana wrapped head pressing a phone against her shoulder.
Aren't you supposed to be the badass mechanic? What good are you if you're not?
She swipes out a card and places it and hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him.
What the hell would I know? Have the squirt check underneath if you're so curious.
On the other end of the line, I can hear the faintest of squabbling. Couldn't make out anything they're saying, but the tone sounded more tolerable than the girls.
If it's that old, then I say do it. Cash is cash. It's not like anyone's gonna care. Better not take as long as last time, though. I'll be waiting for you slackers outside.
The girl slips her phone back into the crevice of her dangerously unzipped jumpsuit. What little clothing she had on underneath looked like it was going to burst at the slightest movement. Boopa. Not my type, especially with that personality. It was hard for me to do anything other than stare. The attendant reaches out to help her with the bags. The girl snaps them away before he can. She shoots him with a heated glare that burns straight through the man and into the wall behind him. Turning around, the girl looks at us for a second before rolling her eyes and marching out the door. The bags weighed her down as she nearly scraped the floor. Yeah, definitely not my type.
Good luck.
Marina and I set the can and nearly empty slushy on the counter.
Will that be all?
Yeah, sorry for more boring than that other girl.
The attendant hacked out a dry cackle and scans the gas can. He flexes his oily ponytail behind his shoulders, then rings up Marina's drink.
And a lot of folks passing through and stocking up the past few days. It's been a good change of pace. I'm guessing that's why you girls are here too.
Marina eased in towards the counter, nudging herself tightly between me and the racks. Between me and a rack, her hand creeping over to the slushy.
For what? I'm just heading out to California.
If I don't end up driving myself insane first.
You mean you don't know?
The attendant freezes, forgetting about the scanner in his hand, blinding red light beaming from it onto my chest.
About what?
Why, the treasure.
Marina's hand stopped just shy of grabbing the cup.
Treasure?
The clerk's chubby face morphs into a
You
grin.
telling me that you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal?
I have.
I frown, embarrassed. Marina looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. I guess she's always just this forward.
Oh, well, I heard about it on the news. It's kind of why I drove down here.
You drove out into the middle of the desert for treasure? Sorry, but you've lost me.
Not just any treasure, Missy. The miner's treasure.
He said it like I should. He says that like I should clarify what he means. I stare at him. He stares back. Marina sips the last dredges of her slushy.
You honestly don't know.
Not a clue. Are you gonna change that?
A little feisty, ain't you?
Not really. Just have stuff to do.
Fair enough. A little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garage. As fate would have it, they came across an old journal. Turns out the thing belonged to their great uncle. Or maybe it was their great grandfather. I don't know. Some dead old man.
I cut him off with a cough. A polite hint for him to either get to the point or quit with his yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Marina continues to stare focused with rapt attention. Sometimes her drink making that annoying slurping sound again.
Sorry. I'll try keeping it short. Anyway, after flipping through it, they found out that he'd struck it rich during the gold rush.
If he struck it rich, then wouldn't the family know about it? They'd have to be pretty well off, right?
Oh, I can answer that. He went back home to Missouri without any gold and told all his friends he hid it.
By now, the slushy was all gone. Nina tries for one last sip, but all that sucked through the straw is air. She peers down into the cup and blows out a small sigh.
No one believed him, though.
There is an eyebrow. If even this girl knows about it, then it must be more of a look than I thought.
Well now, looks like Sister here has been doing her research.
Lieutenant leans into the counter and smirks.
Story goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could.
He slid his thumb along his neck and made a cheesy sound effect with it. To go with it. Mina giggles, but just keeps staring.
The folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace his steps and find the treasure. Shipments have been selling like hotcakes. Just got ours last week.
Points a rack of identical books by the door. A sign hanging above it reads Treasure of the Desert, a miner's journey. Take part in the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads.
And people are really buying into this?
Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years, and never have I seen this many people passing through. Even the Banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal.
Sure, okay. This is the hoax if I've ever seen one.
And where is this supposed treasure?
No one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts.
Uh-huh. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here?
Yep, that's right.
But you don't really believe the treasure exists, do you?
Sure I do.
Innocent baby. She pauses to think.
At least, I want to. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure?
Sure, it would be cool. But there's a good chance there isn't. And even if there were, do you know where to start looking?
No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal.
She lowers her head, like she knows there's a good chance what I'm saying is true.
But I have to try.
Her voice, pardon me. Her voice is soft and quiet. There's a faint glow of determination behind it. It makes me feel ashamed for scolding her. But the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. To her credit, she did a little research. That's cancelled out by driving into the desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. People who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know her, and I'm worried.
Aw, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who can resist a good treasure hunt?
He looked at Marina and gives a big gummy grin, courtesy of his missing teeth.
Ain't that right, sister?
Marina sprang back into a smile of her own.
That's right!
Rolling my eyes, I reached into my pocket and passed some crumpled bills to the clerk.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
He shrugs and stuffs the cash into the register. Though now I'm just paying for the tank in an empty cup, I pocketed the change. Give a casual wave from the exit, this should be a good enough thank you. Una follows, though a bit more animated, waving her arms like a fan as she says goodbye.
And sister,
Yeah?
you go ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge.
Absolute legend. Marina lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid again.
Yup.
Oh, wow! Thanks, mister!
And once this motion, she swipes for the remaining books off the rack so fast that I swear my eyes were skipping frames.
Hey, Amber! Look! He gave me one for free!
Yeah, I see it.
Tina and I are chatting and nod as we walk out of the park. They walk out to the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. The attendant shouts one last thing. His voice fading behind the glass of the closing door.
Luck on your trip.
Desert people are weird. But this game's got me craving a slushie now. There's one at the shop down the road, but I don't know if I want to scrounge up my money and get one. I'll get our first date, but it's dinner soon, and I've still got half this Iron Brew. I'm tempted now. Tell you what, I'm gonna go grab a glass and I'm gonna fill up this Iron Brew can. I'm gonna put this Iron Brew in some ice and I'll be right back. And I am back with a glass of ice for the rest of this huge can of Iron Brew I've got sitting here. That's kind of disappointing, it didn't even like half fill the cup. That was sad. May I get a sushi after all? Either way, I've got a drink. Let's continue the game.
No way.
Oh yeah, who does that?
Maybe it's further up the road?
I can't believe it. It's gone.
We could have just passed it.
We weren't even away that long. How can it be gone?
We stare at the empty space that once housed a certain ugly green car. I looked up every conceivable direction, but there's nothing. Nothing but an ocean of sand and a never-ending stretch of road. Was it towed? No, not out here, not this quick.
Where the hell did it go?
Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it?
Mina's head rested against her cheeks. Maria's hand rested against her cheek as she looked on with the only male confusion, like she's trying to solve a small mystery.
Your car is missing!
That's
more than a little weird.
Well, it's actually my big brother's car. He just lent it to me when he left for college.
It's even worse.
Oh, well that makes everything better then.
Really?
No!
I let out a heavy sigh and pressed my fingers to my temple, attempting to massage away the stress and irritation.
It was probably stolen. We'll need to call the police. You have a phone, right?
I do, but
Her voice trails off a cliff. What you said earlier echoes in my head.
That's right. You said it was dead. And I'm guessing you left it in your car.
yeah.
Well, that's just great.
Don't you have one?
Nope, never needed one.
Afraid no one would call you?
Not quite.
I shield my eyes and look up at the dry sky. Its color shifted to a glowing orange as sunset begins to settle over the distant valley peaks. It's gonna get dark pretty soon.
Don't worry, Amber. I would call you.
This precious golden retriever girl, my fucking heart. I swear. I can't just leave her. And if she did have her phone, it'd take forever for anyone to get out here. She'd go from burning in the heat to freezing out in the cold within an hour. Plus, if there are people around too with steel cars, there's no telling who else is out here. I can already see how all this would go. She would be huddled on the side of the road, trying to keep warm. Coyotes would be howling all around her, closing in. And then from down the road, a starving creep would pull out a trashy old pickup truck, open the door for her, and oh god.
Hey, where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I'm from Carlsbad.
She paused for a moment.
Or at least kinda close to it. It's a little out of the way.
Carlsbad? You're from California?
No, silly! Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Oh, right.
Should we go in there for a second?
How far is that?
Maybe 2 hours from here?
Wow, you didn't get very far at all, did you?
Mina lowers her head in shame.
I never really seem to.
No, I'm not really one to talk. I've been on the road less than a day. Would have gotten further if traffic on the I-40 wasn't as such a pain in the butt, or if I didn't pick up Maria.
Hey, listen. You don't live too far away. If you want, I can probably give you a lift back home.
I heard myself for an explosion of thankful energy and excitement, but there isn't one. Instead, she continues to stare at the ground, her hand now balled up in a fist as she fidgets over, and she fidgets ever so slightly.
Something wrong?
She lifts her gaze from the ground and looks me straight in the eyes, drawing a deep, long breath.
Remember the treasure we were talking about at the store?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot to ask, and you've already helped me out so much already.
Let's go, lesbian treasure hunt.
But do you think you could take me to the first place the treasure is?
Huh?
She wants to keep going, even after this entire disaster.
The treasure! Could you take me to the first?
I heard you the first time. It's just... You don't even know if this thing is real, but you've dropped everything to go look for it. And now you're asking me, someone you've just met out in the middle of the desert, to take you to it. Even though you don't know if it's real and you've just had your car stolen. Did I catch all that?
Shameless. God, this girl's too precious for this world, I swear to God. I'm at a loss for words. How do I even respond to that? I try to recollect my thoughts, but only one word comes to mind.
Why?
Marina shrugs. Nothing more than that, she just shrugs. Take a look at her. A good look. A wavy hair that is dried out by the hot desert air. Her face is red and drenched in sweat, probably close to melting off her makeup. Even her nice clothes are a little ruffled. But despite all that, this cute, peppy girl wants to keep pressing on. Even when most people would just call it quits after the car broke down. Even out here all by herself. For all I know, she could be some weirdo out to mug me, and this is also an elaborate scheme. She wants my help. My help. But well, since anyone needed that, it's like an honor. Do I deserve that? Probably not. But she's still asking. Why should I say no? I'll have to be in California for another few weeks. Isn't that why I'm taking this trip? To see the sights for him? She's a little excitable and even more naive, but maybe I need a little bit of that. It's a lot better than just being out here all by myself with nothing but the ghosts of my memories to keep me company, even if that's just for a little while.
Why the hell not? Hop in.
Lesbian treasure hunt, let's go!
For real?
Yeah, for real. But only until the first location. After that...
The breath is forced out of me by the short impact of Marina tackling my stomach. A warm but damp sensation wraps itself around me as dead weight snuggles up against my chest. Oh, she's so cute, I can't even.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you!
What are you doing?
I'm hugging you, silly.
My heart, my lesbian heart. My cheeks go warmer with each passing second. Try to wiggle my way out, but she stays latched on, her throat getting tighter and tighter.
Marina, please. You're all sweaty.
Sorry. I'm just super happy.
My heart. She unlatches herself, letting me clear my throat and recollect myself.
Anyway, let's get inside. I'm burning up out here.
We clamber back inside the motorhome, leaving the dry hellishness behind. I turned the ignition on, the AC blasted away the RV stuffiness. Letting out breaths of sweet relief, Marina and I collapsed back into our seats.
Alright, so where's the first piece of the treasure?
Well...
You have no idea, do you?
That's not true! The news said a part of it was somewhere here in New Mexico. Probably.
I'm not surprised at all. Should've seen this coming.
You have the journal?
Yeah?
She hands the cheap paperback book to me. Cover feels like it could fall apart at the turn of a page. No thing is fitting of its rustic design. I slid my thumb across the edge and flipped through the pages. The thick forewords and passages commenting on the journal's historical significance skipped past my eyes. Most long enough to be their own book. Finally, a photocopied picture of the original entries appear, preserving the faded cursive lettering. The entire thing printed on the next page over. A crusty brown stain and wrinkles have grazed the photo. Some of the writing has been scratched out too, but someone made mistakes. Like someone making mistakes, you can erase them. I hate to admit it, but something that's probably for something that's probably a sham. The thing looks pretty authentic. With bounty and satisfaction in my hand, I am now homeward bound, a perilous journey forthcoming. Through my unrivaled intellect and unmatched ambition, I have succeeded in accomplishing what many believe would no longer prove profitable. Of course, this only comes as a surprise to those around me, not myself. I have traveled this way on the trail with many others from the Missouri Territory, but as my typical characteristic success grew, I could sense the envious stresses amongst my so-called peers. The danger eventually became so great that I wished to flee. My companions left before I woke. For what reason you may ask, I do not know. It is with this in mind that I have taken it upon myself to leave a note for one of my fellow prospectors and to borrow his steed, so that I may one day return to settle with my family. But if this journey has taught me anything thus far, is that jealous, conniving eyes are abundant. I'm not reading all that crap. Where should I actually start? Let's see. If he left California, lived in Missouri, and supposedly had something in New Mexico, like Marina said, then we're looking for likely a later entry.
Here we are.
Alas, I have reached the final point of vision on my travels. During my stay among the ruined sanctuary, the rogue native Lamazi had informed me of a landmark that was rich in the mythos of his people. Considered sacred, he said, the chance of gold being discovered there would be slim. He referred to it as Winged Rock, a monument erected towards the sky. After my previous detour, I finally arrived. It is with much disbelief, I must say, my friend Lamazi was right. It is not just a monument erected towards the sky, it is a mountain almost as if the Lord himself had struck up the earth. I'm on the sand. It is guarded by trails of rocks that are all around it, all branching from the mother rock. On this journey, I have encountered many different sights, dangers, and yes, even an occasional friend. As I look upon the mountain before me, I am reminded once more that there are things bigger than I. Although I am not yet rid of this cough, my soul has been humbled and removed of fatigue. I can think of no better place to store the last of my gold, and I anxiously await the day I return.
What does it say?
The gist of it is that it's near a big rock and a bunch of little rocks.
That should narrow it down, right?
Yeah, to the entire state of New Mexico.
Marina grasps and lunges towards the journal, muscles her neck tense and eyes wide with panic.
That can't be the only thing he mentions. There has to be more.
I raise the journal above me so she can't reach it and use my hand as I walk it against her head. So she desperately tries to grasp for it.
Sheesh, relax for a second. I actually have a pretty good idea of where it might be.
She settles down, still stiff with anxiety, nibbling on the top of her thumb. I lower the book back there and read over the entire entry once more, just to make sure.
There's a part where he calls it a winged rock. Assuming my years of reading travel guides and brochures weren't totally useless, then I'm pretty sure that's a loose translation of what the Navajo used to call shiprock.
There's a ship out in the desert? Whoa!
I peered over the journal. Marina's imagination is going bonkers. Her eyes alight as she tries to wrap her head around such a novelty even existing.
How long have you lived in New Mexico?
Marina swelled with pride, only to deflate like a balloon before speaking, instead choosing to blow a misplaced strand of her hair out of the way.
Oh, my life.
I sigh and slam the journal shut.
It's a small mountain near the border of New Mexico and Utah that's vaguely shaped like a ship.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Thing's a landmark.
Yeah. But hey, at least I know now.
Shrugging, I put away the journal and smirk. Misplaced as it might be, her cheeriness is a good mix up from the norm.
Do you think the treasure might be there?
Don't know, but it's worth a shot. We don't have anything else to go on. Sure you don't want me to just take you home?
Marina hesitates for a moment, turning to the windshield as if to dodge the question of her eyes.
No, I think I want to do this.
Alright then.
For the car and drive and look ahead. The sun is set and the blue shade of dusk rising up takes its place. I press down the gas and Marina turns to me and smiles.
Let's hit the road.
The sun has long since set and given way to darkness. Only my headlights remain, illuminating the road and silhouetting the small rock formations around us. We've been altering between the old tapes and new ones, immediately throwing on the old tapes to finishing a new one and vice versa. I haven't had any complaints from Marina. She was sitting in my sleigh the entire time, softly humming off-key to the music. She seems to be the type to just accept things as they are, because the car being stolen or that treasure. Especially that treasure. And to make it worse, it's not just her. Apparently there's some phenomenon there. I wasn't sure how much I keep up with current events. But the whole thing smells like a scam. I bet somewhere all the big shots in that publishing house are gathering up in their corporate tower, laughing at the idiots they've ripped off of that book. Christ, even I'm starting to sound like him. Music turned to static before the cassette is silenced by a loud click. I eject and reach for the tape again. Marina notices, taking the opportunity to break the long-held silence.
So, do you like music a lot?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I figured. You've been playing those tapes this entire time.
She picks up one of the tapes on the center console and inspects it, going as far as to poke her pinky through one of the holes.
Though, I'm not sure what you'd call this type of music.
Yeah, I've just been playing whatever. Mostly jazz fusion and alt country. Throw in some new age crap in there for good measure. Most of these are mixtapes I made when I was little.
Cool. Any names I'd recognize?
She peeks at me for the whole of the cassette, wearing a white, genuine smile.
Probably not.
Aw, come on, try me.
Why not? Maybe I'm not giving her enough credit.
You know, Gabriel, Gertu, Weather Report, Donovan, Methany.
Marina gives sage-like nods and grunts of understanding as I list off the names.
You have no idea who any of them are, do you?
Not a clue.
That's what I thought.
Sorry. I usually listen to whatever's on the radio.
I crack a slight smile.
It's alright. I could see how it might be hard to get into. My Gramps used to call it road trip music.
I still think it's nice, though. It's making you really happy.
You think so?
She taps her fingers gently against my cheek. I pull away a little and let her do it anyway.
Yeah, why else would you be smiling?
It's so cute, god damn it. Really thought of whether it made me happy before, but I do know it made him happy, so that's good enough for me.
That's actually why I'm going to California. You know, for a music festival.
For real? Where?
Not far from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs? Like the actual Palm Springs?
Don't know if there are any other Palm Springs in California, but yeah, they do it every year for a few weekends.
I went to my first concert a little before I graduated.
She rested her head against the window and stared to the road ahead, her smile fading, but still there.
It was so much fun. An entire weekend of that sounds super awesome.
Nah, it ain't that cool.
And Marina flings her head away from the window and turns to me. Now she's staring at me like I'm crazy.
How could you even say that? It's the coolest thing ever! I wouldn't even be able to wait. I'd want to see all the bands.
Sheesh, relax. It's not like I'm taking it for granted. It's just that there's only one group I know I want to see so far.
That's right, his favorite group.
Just one?
You were so excited when he got the tickets.
Just one that I'm excited for. I'll watch a bunch though.
Releasing a long sigh, Marina eased back into her seat.
Oh, good. I was afraid you were going to head home after you saw your group.
You crazy? I'd like to at least have a little fun before worrying about all the expenses I gotta deal with.
Expenses?
Damn it.
It's nothing.
She gasps.
Are you in debt? Is it college loans? My brother said those aren't fun to deal with at all.
Got too comfortable. Should have just kept my trap shut.
Or did you just spend too much on your
Without warning, I swerve off to the side of the road on the rocky sand, cutting Marina off and nearly giving her a heart attack. Marina shot me a worried glance, her face still pale.
Oh my god! What was that? Are you okay?
I pinched the bridge of my nose, my elbow on and my elbows on the wheel.
Amber?
I've been driving all day. I'm a little tired.
Where are we?
A little outside Albuquerque, so we aren't too far now. We'll sleep here tonight and drive to Shiprock first thing in the morning.
Carrying munition, I climb out of my seat and into the living quarters, Marina trailing behind me. I yank open the bathroom's Velcro latch cupboards. Inside is a folded stack of blankets, sheets, pillows, and my old gym clothes from school. I scoop them up and toss them to Maria. She scrambles to catch it, desperately balancing them as they lean out of her arms.
Sorry about the clothes. I don't have any actual pajamas. You can sleep on the couch. It folds out into a bed.
Oh, okay.
Alright then, see you in the morning.
With that, I step into the back room and slam the sliding door before collapsing into the oversized bed. Even in the darkness, I can make out the picture hanging on the wall. Once upon a time, they were generic scene pictures. Now they're photos of me and Gramps. My favourite is the one of us in front of the Museum of Music. Rock and roll to be specific. I was just a little pipsqueak back then, holding up an autographed vinyl sleeve that was about the size of my head. He was by my side, squatting down and ruffling my hair to give the biggest smell I could, even with my missing teeth. I let a sigh and fixated on the ceiling skylight, a small shiver of the cold moonlight shining through. It was like an eternity since I last laid down on this bed. I remember it feeling like being hugged by a cloud, No, so it's like concrete. Tenny creaks from the next door, accompanied by Marina's little squeaks of determination as she struggles with the fold-out bed, until finally I hear a loud thud. Can't help but smirk a little. I should have warned her that it was heavy. The room goes silent. I hope I didn't crush her. Luckily I hear footsteps tiptoeing across the carpet, then on the bathroom tiles, then stop outside my door.
Hey, are you awake?
Her voice is weak, barely above a whisper. It's almost impossible to hear as it's muffled through the door.
I know I've said it a lot already, but I really mean it. Thanks, Amber. Good night.
I continue to stay silent in the dark. The ceiling mostly is constantly changing in size and dimension, sometimes getting bigger and further away, other times closer and smaller. I look down through the crack under the door. I see her shadow turning around to leave. The words slip out of my mouth before she can even take her first step.
Night, kiddo.
Oh. It's so cute, goddammit. Alright, hold on. Oh, but I'm pretty sure this is my other save. Sure, it's over right time. I was the exact same place I was there. Yeah, option. Let me check if I can do something. Before even edits my cursor. This isn't helpful. Alright, fuck it, you know what? Right, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in 5. And I am back. A longer break than I was expecting, but here we are. Water and shit. Went to the bathroom. I should be able to co-stream for another hour or so. Most people imagine Indian reservations as tucked away slices of heaven. Maybe some pocketed oases of vibrant greens and flowing water, and what otherwise is a wasteland. These people are wrong. The Navajo reservation is as sandy and barren as the rest of the desert, and at 22,475 miles, it's neither green nor firm-sized. Not that I hate it. The miles of faded highway roads speed past me, blending together with the sand that stretches out into far-off, rigid mountains. There was a rhythm to it all. Behind me, Marina is still stretched out on the folded bed, cuddling the pillow, a substitute for her blanket that long since fallen off the bed. My little gym clothes were a little small for her, the shorts only reaching halfway down her thigh. But hey, I'm not complaining. So we're rolling into the town, its jagged namesake peeking over the horizon, Shiprock. The town itself is typical for this desert, nothing fancy like a high rise. Just a lot of plain shacks sitting on top of gravel, painted worn down browns and beiges. From behind me is a light almost fluffy yawn. I wonder how that bundle of joy handles mornings.
Morning.
Oh, hey. You're finally awake.
She yawned again and thumped back against the bed. Guess she's not a morning person.
There's still some coffee in the...
Oh wow, is that Shiprock?
Oh, there she goes. I take it back. Mina rushes behind me and grabs the back of the seats, her eyes sparkling.
It's huge! I can't believe we can see it from so far away!
On closer inspection, my clothes are way too tight for her. My poor shirt is being stretched to its limit. Of course, this doesn't seem to bother her at all. I don't know if I'm more embarrassed for myself or for her.
Well, we have to get moving now. So go get dressed or whatever.
Sure thing.
She scampers off to the back, finally giving me room to breathe as I make my way to the driver's seat. Until I accidentally glance at the rearview mirror. In the middle of the motorhome, Marina slips off out of her pajamas and into her regular clothes. Geez, the bathroom is right there. I adjust the mirror and try my hardest to stay focused on anything else I can look at. Fully dressed, Marina pops back up beside me and settles into the passenger seat. The desolate road continues until suddenly, as if out of nowhere, we're greeted by a lane of cars, RVs and buses, and every other kind of vehicle under the blazing sun, all lumped together, stacked one on top of the other, side by side, and every single one of them blasting their horns.
What the...
Whoa, you think this is because of the treasure?
I grit my teeth and flop back in my seat. I can only pray that these are tourists, and I was the only one dumb enough to humor this scam. We're soon assimilated in the traffic jam. Slowly the motorhome inches forward, but when we finally reach the front, a whole new monster awaits us. Laid out in the dirt, barely in the shadow of the looming mountain, is a giant cluster that only can be described as such. Campers, tents, tarts, booths, you name it. A chaotic horde of people crowding around the unorganized mess. I cringe at the very sight of it. Am I in hell? Marina pushes her face against the window in awe of the sheer insanity.
I don't think I've seen this many people since the concert.
Oh god, she's going to break from the overstimulation. A choir of horns serenade us from behind, pouring uphill forward and squeeze the motorhome into the nearest available space, just pretty tightly between everything else. Backing out is going to be a real pain.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go find that treasure!
Oh. Mina sits up and nearly leaps out of the car but I grab her wrist and pull her back into her seat.
Just hold on a second.
Her enthusiasm fades.
Oh, that's right. You were only going to drop me off and leave.
Baby.
Sorry, but I'm gonna stick around a bit longer.
Yes!
For real?
My fans. She starts sniffing.
You're so nice to me, Amber. I think I might cry.
Oh, my heart.
Hold it in. We gotta think of a game plan first.
Okay.
We return to our usual happy-go-lucky self when I grimace at the chaos outside. If I suspend my disbelief and assume the treasure is real, where would we even start? don't even have any equipment.
I guess we may as well start by checking out the place.
I'm the first to make my way out into the sea of people. My nose is assaulted by smells of campfires and BO, masks and suntan lotion. So it's like tourists, alright. Marina finishes her run around the motorhome and huddles close to me, her eyes still wide with wonder, far less gun-ho than before. Two of us make our way through the makeshift campground, following a guardrail that's been set up to separate the visitors from the rock. All the while, we pass around scenes. We pass different scenes, staring all sorts of people. And his anchor elbowing nosy hecklers out of the way while he tries to report. Men on top of motorhomes and lawn chairs, strumming away on guitars. Even vendors have set up shop here, selling overripe fruits from their booths. Marina's speechless, looking on in overwhelmed curiosity and hovering so close I felt I kept tripping over her. I'm half expecting her to grab onto one of my belt loops. I'm surprised. I picked her to be pretty good with gross.
Please stay behind the guardrail! I repeat, please stay behind the guardrail!
A booming voice shouts over the crackling of a megaphone. Pushing through the crowd, we shove into a part of the crowd that's mobbed by an opening in the guardrail. They're barred from advancing by a lone man standing on top of a folding chair and clutching his megaphone like a shotgun.
Stay behind the guardrail! Please be considerate of Navajo land!
What's going on?
Not sure. I think.
The sun reflects off the truck behind it. I squint my eyes at the words printed on its side. Navajo Park and Recreation.
This could get nasty.
Maybe they're moshing. People did that at the concert.
Just what the hell kind of concert did you go to anyway? Wait a second.
In the back of the mosh, distant from the calamity, is a familiar sight. Blonde hair intertwined and running for a dark red bandana.
What's wrong?
The bitch just stole our car.
Remember that loud chick from the gas station?
A little. I was too busy with my slushie to really notice.
Precious.
Why?
Oh shit.
I think we just found our first lead.
My voice trailed off and I started towards the girl, pushing my way through the crowds.
Hey, Amber! Wait!
Putting on my person mask, take a deep breath and place my hand on her shoulder with a forced smile.
For the last time, old man, I don't have any!
Huh?
Tripped around, her eyes prepared for murder, but her features switched to standby mode as she realized her mistake.
Oh.
Sorry, but didn't I see you at that convenience store yesterday?
Oh, yeah, that dump. Outside of Roswell, right?
Yep, that was us. I'm Amber. The other girl is Marina.
Marina waves and I extend my hand. The girl's eyes narrow, but she eventually shakes out her surprisingly strong grip.
Mariah.
Everyone here for the treasure?
Marina and Mariah, that won't get confusing.
They'd be idiots if they weren't.
Hey, what do you know? You were right, Amber.
You say that like it's a good thing.
You guys here for the gold too? Not sure why else somebody would come out
She looked over the scenery and wrinkled her
to
nose.
this place.
The ray of sunshine next to me is looking for the gold. I'm just the ride.
Step away from the guardrail! You're all getting out of hand!
God, you guys are lucky I fucking limit my desktop audio in this stream. You'll all be deaf right now. I think I should go deaf from this. The hard pressing in, the yelling grows louder.
You aren't getting through, so I don't even know why.
A can of beer flies through the air and cracks him on the forehead. The liquid runs out his stitch.
On!
I stop pressing swell.
Navajo Parks and Recreation. They're trying to keep well-meaning treasure hunters from carving up the rock because of its religious significance.
Doesn't surprise me. This is a four-corner state, so there's lots of stuff like that out here.
I think it's sweet that they're trying to protect big ol' Shippy.
Every time this girl speaks, it fucking melts my heart, man. Rina stares at her as if questioning her entire existence.
But it's a rock.
So?
It's only good for postcards and carving big monuments. Why is it such a big deal if people want to look for treasure up there?
Well, it's not gonna make much of a difference either way.
Why's that? You a non-believer?
Non-believer.
No, I'm just not a sucker.
It's not very nice, Amber.
Well, it's true. It's obvious that this is just an elaborate scam and everyone got ripped off.
Before I finish my sentence, a coggy, overgrown smell makes its way onto Mariah's face, oozing with snide confidence.
What if I told you I could prove the treasure is real?
I'd say you're full of it.
Does that mean the treasure's real? Like, honest to goodness real?
Overwhelmed with excitement, Marina springs up and down, although Mariah gives a smirk nod.
Yeah, right.
Oh, ye of little faith. I said I could prove it, didn't I?
And how exactly are you gonna do that?
Come back to my base full of highly trained elite treasure hunters.
That's-
Then I'll show you.
That is mad sketch.
Elite what now?
Highly trained elite treasure hunters.
Right. Thanks, but no thanks. We'll pass.
What? But why?
Well, because...
You said we needed a game plan, right? This is the best chance we have right now.
Terrifying amount of determination emanated from her as she forced an unwavering stare on me. Her gaze intensified, looked down at my dusty shoes gave in.
Jeez, if it'll make you that happy, I'll do it.
The release were so precious. Was just a second. We have an actual viewer, and I need to check the view bar. Let's see. Good old Lizzie Beth over here. Forgive me, but I do not remember if I checked your review bar or not. Does music you are? No, wait. No, you are. You're review bar. Apologies. But I don't feel like getting rated or banned. He's really damn determined. I gave her that much. But I'm not sure I'm not sure I could have said no.
But this better be legit, you hear?
I pointed to Mariah.
I'm not in the mood to be jerked around today.
Yeah, I'll keep my word.
Hey! Stop it!
Oh, my ears! Jesus Christ, dude. I looked back to the crowd. The guardrail had toppled over and the crowd surging towards the
I'm
man.
warning you! Stay back! I have a megaphone!
The crowd circles around. The crowd circles in around the chair and topples over, the man crashing down with it.
We should probably scram.
Way ahead of you.
Sleek and lavish, Mariah's motorhome is like a mansion on wheels. Its chromy black paint is so fresh you can practically smell the primer.
Here we are. Base, sweet base.
She throws the door open.
Joe, Tess, buck up, we have guests.
Mariah and I shoot each other an unsure glance, then enter the motorhome.
Oh, hey. Did you finally manage to make some friends?
Blow it out your ass, slacker.
It's just as big and expansive on the inside. You might argue it with a toilet in comparison. It's definitely a luxury class, unlike my Class C. Or at least it would be a luxury motorhome, if not for the seemingly random decor. The walls littered with posters of ska bands, the worst genre of music. Even weirder with the license plates scattered everywhere, like in boxes, some on tables, and some strung together like a lynching. Come on, girl. If you're this wary and smart, you should have figured that these people stole your car by now. Or stole Maria's car. a beanbag in the corner and a bottle of empty beer and liquor cast off on the ground. The place looks more like a frat pad than a base. That impression further aided by the guy sprawled out on the couch, his head wrapped in a bandana like Mariah's.
Someone's feisty today. No luck with the treasure, I take it?
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Hey now, me and Tess were holding down the fort. That's a very important job.
He gestured at the cot above him, a hollow space under some cabinets. It looked like a row of cupboards used to be there and were stripped out to make room for it. Laying on top of it was a little girl facing this other direction, fiddling with something I can't make out. She's growing another identical
Isn't
headband.
that right, Tess?
A baby! Tess gives a barely existent nod and continues tinkering.
See, what did I tell you?
Has she been like this the entire time?
Yep. She hasn't moved since you left this morning. It's kind of sad.
Please. Don't think I haven't noticed you were on that couch when I left.
Guilty as charged.
I clear my throat, reminding them of our presence.
Oh, right. This is my team. The lug who's become one with the couch is Joseph, and the squirt is my kid sister Tess. Joe, Tess, this is Alyssa and Melina.
Bruh.
Amber and Marina.
Whatever. They're looking for the treasure too.
Hey there, ladies.
I can only hope that the highly trained elite team are hidden in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm Marina. It's really nice to meet you.
Rena jumped in front of me, taking hold of the conversation by its throat.
The other girl is Amber. Say hi, Amber.
This girl is so god.
Hi.
Don't mind her. She's just grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
You sound pretty grumpy to me.
I groan and start muttering nonsense under my breath. Didn't think I would be, didn't think being a realist would make me grumpy.
She doesn't think the treasure exists.
Uh-oh, Mariah, we've got a non-believer in our midst.
Why do they keep saying that?
Why do you think I brought her here?
If you think you'll be able to convince me that this treasure is real, then fine. But you have another thing coming.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Back in my motorhome. We can take you and your sense of adventure back to Carlsbad if you want.
But Amber, chill.
No thanks.
You're threatening the precious golden retriever girl.
Carlsbad? California?
New Mexico.
Rolling her eyes, Mariah walks over to a drawer. From inside, she pulls out something wrapped in cloth and brings it over to me.
Go ahead. Take a peek.
Her smirk reappears, curling across her face, as if this were a game and there was no way she could lose. Hesitant, I bring my hand to the rag and unwrap it.
What? No, wait. Is this?
That's right.
Laid swallowed in the cloth is a yellow nugget. Hey yo! I give it a squeeze. It's soft. Definitely not a piece of pyrite. Yeah, I'm gonna go with pyrite.
It's gold!
But how?
You know the miner who hid the treasure? That's Joseph's great-great-uncle.
Oh shit! We got lore.
You're lying.
I can testify for that. It's true.
This thing is a family heirloom.
More like it was lying forgotten in my basement until we stumbled across it as kids.
After that, I heard great tales of the miner and his hidden treasure.
She went to the library and found old newspaper clippings making fun of him.
Then, I made it my life's goal to find his treasure.
She's been obsessed with it ever since.
Thank God she got a translator.
That's a load. I saw you at the store yesterday. If you knew so much about the treasure, then why did you have to buy one of those journals?
Another side of my family probably got the journal after he kicked it. We didn't hear about it until everyone else did.
This doesn't prove anything.
Mariah shoots me a scale, similar to what she gave to the clerk yesterday.
What are you trying to say?
Sis,
Tess finally moves. hopping down from her cot, another license plate wind chime in her hand. The plates clanking together as she runs over to Mariah.
Sis, I finished it.
The baby. She said for a hint of emotion, her eyes in a constant half-open state. It's kind of unsettling.
How many is that now? 44?
45.
Rita bends down to test his level to greet her.
Oh, are you collecting license plates? Uh-huh. I only have 5 more until I have all 50 states. And what state do you have there? New Mexico.
Oh god, it's hers, isn't it? Her voice and expression didn't change, still as dry as the desert air. Here we go. Mariah scoffs.
At least yesterday wasn't a complete waste of time. That junker was a piece of crap.
Ah, yep. No, here we go. Wait a second.
All the parts were rustier than my ass. Even the scrap metal wasn't worth it.
Just be thankful we found it. We'd be busted if I hadn't salvaged the good bits. Besides, that money is going to keep us from starving.
I look at Marina, but she doesn't seem to have put it together.
About that car you found, that wasn't outside Roswell, was it?
Marina's eyes go wide, realization finally penetrating her skull.
Yeah, not too far from the store. What do you care?
I can feel my blood begin to boil. Marina can feel it too.
Amber?
Every part of me is shaking. I struggle to spit out the
Her
words.
car was stolen outside of Roswell yesterday. It was out of gas, so we went to get some.
Joseph is the next to realize it, followed by Tess.
Oh, crap.
So?
Can't hold it in anymore. Sorry, Maria.
So, you stole her car and dismantled it!
Joseph jumps off the couch and apologetically bows repeatedly, all in one swift motion. Each bow making me a little bit angrier.
Joey said it was okay.
I thought it was. Mariah gave the go-ahead.
You told them it was alright?
Yeah, so? It's your own fault for leaving it out there.
How? How on earth is it our fault that it broke down?
You know. Finders, keepers.
It's a freaking car!
Tess tugs on my shirt.
What?
I didn't mean to, but the words snap out of my mouth. The 10-year-old shrinks away. Alright, Amber, just calm down. We can talk this out.
Here,
She holds out the wind chime made of Marina's license plate, her eyes cast
you
downwards.
can have it.
Never mind. Counting down isn't gonna happen. My hand grasps my shoulders. I turn to Marina. She's shaking her head and smiles.
Amber, it's okay.
But
Really, it's fine.
She bends down to Tess and smiles reassuringly.
You can go ahead and keep it, sweetie.
God. Marina, stop being such a little ray of sunshine. Oh my god. The trio, Maria included, are taken aback by Marina's saint-like reaction.
Don't worry, guys, it's fine.
Girl, it's not. Joseph breathes a sigh of relief.
Oh, God. Thank you so much. We're all really sorry about this. Right, Mariah?
Yeah, I guess.
About as fed up with this as I am, Joseph glares at her and smacks her on the back of the head.
Ow! Alright, I'm sorry and stuff.
What a bitch.
Marina, are you sure? They destroyed your car.
Yeah, but it was pretty run down anyway.
Girl, come on.
You're unreal, you know that? Anyway, we should head out now. We have a few things to take care of.
Thanks for showing us the gold. Now I'm sure the treasure's real.
No problem, ladies. Again, really sorry for all the trouble. If there's anything we can do for you, just give us a shout.
Sure thing.
We head for the door, but Maria turns around before stepping outside.
By the way, was there a phone in the car?
The pink case, eh?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh god, it broke, didn't it?
We kind of sold that too.
Pricks. Feels like the page is staring back at me. In fact, at this point it probably is. My gaze drifts from the journal to the window by the entrance. Marina is outside, twirling the payphone cord as she pops in another quarter. She bites her lips and looks through the window. Our eyes meet. She sends me a small, anxious wave. Closing the book, I let out a yawn and remove my head from my fist. I'm still up. I'm sure there's a red imprint on my cheek. Figuring out we had to go to Shiprock was the easy part. Everything else has been a gigantic pain in the ass. There's a rush of precious cold air sucking out from the building. Marina enters carefully, shutting the door and taking the seat opposite to me in the booth. Let me check something real quick.
Someone's feisty today.
Right. As a rush of cold air getting sucked in from the building, Marina enters carefully shutting the door and taking the seat opposite to me.
So how'd it go?
It went fine, I guess.
Your parents are okay with all of this?
Maybe not okay,
The smell creeped onto her face.
but they understand.
At least someone gets it, because I still don't.
They weren't happy about the car, though.
I think you were the only person who was.
How couldn't I be? Mariah showed us that the treasure is real.
You precious baby.
You're going to believe the people who stole your car?
It was an accident. They didn't mean to. Besides, they're nice.
Before I can argue further, the waitress emerges from the kitchen carrying out our order. A hot black coffee for me, a milk tea for Mariah, and a large order of fries for both of us. Marina's eyes brighten at the sight of the shake. Like with the slushy, her sweet tooth takes control of her and she practically starts drooling over the glass. With a nod, the waitress disappears back into the kitchen.
Thanks for the food, by the way.
Well, it's not like I really had a choice. I could hear your stomach from the driver's seat. I wasn't about to let you starve to death on my watch. Plus, I was getting pretty hungry too.
Amazingly, Mariah didn't freak out at the sight of the diner, like she had everything else so far. I was genuinely shocked when I didn't hear a gasp of awe escape her mouth as we pulled up.
Hey, Amber, why don't you get a shake too? Coffee and fries don't really go together, don't you think?
I'm fine. I don't really like sweet things.
But it's super good, especially when you dip your fries in it.
She takes several of the fries and does just that, dipping them in the shake like it was ketchup or mustard.
That's silly. I can do the same thing with my coffee.
Taking a fry, dunk it in my coffee and take a bite out of it. That was a bad idea. Grimacing, I place the rest of the fry on my napkin and try to cope with the cold chill and sulfury aftertaste.
Maybe it would work better if you put creamer in it?
Somehow I doubt that. Besides, it would just ruin the coffee.
I don't know how you can even drink it without cream, or at least a little sugar. It's so bitter.
It's an acquired taste. You find flavor in the bitterness.
That's why I think it's weird that you drink something like that.
How do you mean?
I don't know.
Her brows furrow in deep thought.
You always seem so yes or no about stuff. If you like something, then you do. If you don't like something, then you don't.
You're losing me, Mare.
What did Mom used to tell us when we didn't listen to her? Oh, yeah. Basically, you have a really thick head, Amber.
Really spitting the coffee out of my mouth.
Gee, thanks.
Or was it a thick skull? Whatever, you know what I mean, right?
I think so. Maybe. It wasn't really an acquired taste for me now that I think about it. Maybe I've always liked the bitterness.
Or maybe I just convinced myself that it did. I don't know.
Is that a bad thing?
Just like in Mariah's RV, Marina shakes her head and gives me a sweet, genuine smile.
I don't think so. I actually really like it. It reminds me of Shiprock.
A warm, tickling sensation bubbles up in my chest. It forces me to smell what I play off. All cool and breezy like.
So I remind you of a rock. You shouldn't say that kind of thing. People might think they're insults.
Satisfied of how I played it off, I reach for a fry and reward myself, but instead of hot, crispy goodness, something smooth brushes against my fingertips. I gaze down at my plate of fries, Marina's hand for a split second rests below mine. We instinctively snap back. Mariah's face is a bright shade of pink, and mine is probably similar. Oh, these adorable, adorable lesbians. Right, let me check something real quick. Concerned does it have porn? I hope not, but okay, it's downloadable and I can switch it off. Okay, they both appear to the end of the game. Right, okay. Cool, okay, I should hopefully be fine to stream the rest of this game now.
Someone's feisty today. No luck with the
Crap,
treasure I take.
ignore that, that's the trailer for the Steam page. So I'll keep going for another 15 minutes or so. We certainly snap back, make his face in a bright shade of pink, and mine is probably similar.
Sorry.
The room feels 10 degrees hotter. We try to re-establish eye contact, but our glances shoot off in other directions as soon as we meet.
Hey, Amber?
I managed to compose myself long enough to look back.
You said something about bills and expenses last night, right?
Oh boy.
I don't know what exactly you meant by that or what it is you have to pay off, but since we know the treasure is real now, I was wondering, maybe you might think about sticking around to look with me? We could even split it, or something.
Well, first off, we don't even know if the treasure is actually real. Mariah could be pulling our legs.
My coffee is mostly gone. All that's left is a pile and a few stray grounds.
I'll think about it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I only said I would think about it. Don't get too excited just yet.
I won't. I just think it would be super cool.
Oh, my heart. I love this. I love this so much. I'm definitely streaming this tomorrow. Una flops her chin down and rests on the table.
How's it going anyway? Have you figured out where the first part of the treasure might be?
No luck. It's not like the guy drew a map or anything. He just jotted down details about the places he went to.
That and rambling about how awesome he was.
Do you think Mariah was right and he hit it on top of old Shippy?
Don't listen to Mariah, okay? She doesn't know what she's talking about. Think about it. How would he even scale the mountain? He was traveling solo on horseback. I doubt he would have the tools to do it. And even if he did, I'm pretty sure he would have gone on and on about it in his journal.
Oh, puppy dog whine. Marina frowns.
Are you sure he didn't mention anything else? Maybe something we didn't catch?
I slide the book across the table, then over the leftover crumbs, stretching out my stiff joints as I rest against the booth.
Take a look if you want. My eyes are gonna start bleeding if I read it again. The only things he really mentioned are the rocks and the dikes around it.
Joking there somewhere.
Oh!
Una forces herself to stare down at the plate, the blush from earlier reappearing. Oh? Oh.
No, not like that.
I say full of giggle, teasing her. It's gonna be a blast.
I mean the rocks that branch out from the mountain. That's what they're called. Huh.
It's so simple, but it makes sense. I shoot up and throw down some money. Rita jumps at the sound of the table rattling.
What's the matter? Did you figure out where it is?
Maybe. At least a general area.
I march towards the door, table rattling as Rita leaps up and stays behind to straighten it out before scrambling to catch up with me.
We're going now?
Hell no. We don't have any equipment. But we know someone who does.
Oh shit, let's go. I shove the door open, the last bastion between refreshing air and burning dry heat.
Come on. let's go cash in a favor.
Yeah.
It sure was nice for Mariah and her friends to let us use some of their equipment.
Is that a metal detector?
Only after that Joseph guy begged her to.
I paused to look around. I decided to wait until nightfall to go look around some more. It's like an entirely different world the further you get from the insanity. Quiet and calm, the only lights are the stars and the faint glow of the campground. The campers are motorhomes flickering in the distance. Marina fiddles with the metal detector's headphones, removing them halfway.
Sorry, the beeping's loud. What was that?
Forget it, I'm not playing that game. Just keep listening.
Oh!
Did you find something?
I think so. It's over here.
I set my shovel and throw myself to the ground, crawling in the sand. A shining speck sticks out of the ground, frantically dig it up.
Is it the gold?
It's...
I scrape harder.
It's...
Harder?
It's...
Finally, I unearth and hold it to the starlight.
A soda tab. Damn it! This is the 5th one!
If we find any more, we could start making a curtain out of them.
I send the tab flying, speeding off over the dates.
Maybe we should call it a night. I'm sure we can find it once we're fresh in the morning.
Nah, that's no good. We can only do it now because Parks and Recreation isn't paying as much attention.
Even now, someone's still guarding the area near the campground. The rocks give us some cover, so I don't think we'll be spotted, but we still need to be careful.
We'll keep looking for a little while. If we can't find anything, we might want to assume the worst.
Your face wrenches with hopelessness.
That somebody else found it?
That it doesn't exist. Jeez, it's like you've never even considered that it might not be real.
But Mariah!
Yeah, I know.
Grab my shovel and swing it back over my shoulder. As we walk, she stays close to the mountain range as close to the mountain range as possible.
Why are you so gung-ho about this thing anyway? If you're just in it for the cash, there are better ways to make money than dragging yourself around the desert.
Oh no, it's nothing like that. It's just...
Her voice trails off. It hangs over us, never fully evaporating into the cold, cool night air.
It's okay. Don't feel like you have to tell me.
Both have things we don't want to talk about, has become very clear. At least Mariah doesn't swerve off the road so she can go pout. I just don't want to think about it. All I've been doing for the last month is thinking about it. I almost wish my brain would quit working so I wouldn't have to. So naturally, I take a long, lonely trip with nothing to do except think.
Amber! It's happening again!
Netta stops, hands quivering as she tightens her grip.
I swear, if this is another soda tab...
I don't think it is. The beeping is really loud and it's vibrating a lot.
Wait, it's vibrating?
Uh-huh. It feels weird.
The metal detector hovers over the ground for the rocks and sand. I thrust my shovel into the spot with the metal scraping against the edge of the dike. Planting my foot on the shovel's head, I drive it in further to the ground, using every ounce of my strength to dig. The first load of dirt and sand unclenches from the ground, loosening the earth around it. I throw the load aside and repeat the process, each time it's a little easier, a little later. Finally, the shovel hits something hard, sending a shocking vibration from my hand and up my entire body.
Bedrock?
I haven't dug that deep.
Dropping to my knees, I reach my hand into the hole and brush off the remaining dirt. Marina leans in. The sound of her anxious swallowing is barely audible over my heavy breathing. Oh, what we find? My fingers brush against something. I gulp and pull out the hole's contents, a small, rotting wooden box. My heart stops. Trembling, I open the box, the leftover dirt falling into my lap. Gold.
It exists?
Holy shit!
It exists?
It exists!
Holy shit! And it yells the top of our lungs. I yell so loudly that it bounces up the mountain, echoing off the horizon and back again. Marina has been unleashed.
Shh, not so loud. They might hear us.
She lowers her voice to an excited whisper, channeling her energy into bouncing up and down.
But it exists! I told you it did!
She's right, and despite being proven wrong, I can't help but smile. walked through, I thought I was going to be some plastic treasure hunt, plastic treasure chest with a coupon for chocolate milk inside of it, instead of something equally shameless and corporate. My only warning is a gust of wind before I even have a chance to brace for it. I'm engulfed by Maria and her hug.
What?
It's real! I told you it was! I told you!
I saw it for a second and smell.
Yeah, you were right. It's real.
Should we tell someone? What do we even do now?
Tell fucking no one, that's what you do.
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's getting pretty late, though. Let's pack it up for the night. We can think about what to do in the morning.
For now, we just marvel at the fact that it's not bogus.
Sound like a plan?
It does, but...
She's a deep, long breath, inhaling all the air around, and maybe even some of mine, and releasing it all at once.
It's actually really real!
Shh! Marina, quiet! They're gonna hear us.
Let's go! Thunderous banging wakes me from my deep sleep, rattling the entire motorhome. Yeah, I'll play for this scene.
I know you two are in there! You thieves better not still be sleeping!
I think she wants her tools back. The muffled shouting leaks from outside, followed by another voice.
Sis, it's not even 7. Can I go back to bed?
And another voice.
You're better off just rolling with it. For her, it may as well be noon.
Open up, or I swear Joe's gonna bust down this door!
Wait, what?
Gee, I wonder who it could be. Pull out of bed and open the slider connecting to the other room. Mina is still pressed up against the back of the fold-out bed with sheets over her head.
Who do you think it is?
Take a wild guess.
I march over and open the door. As expected, my 3 favourite people stand before me.
It's about time! Do you have any idea how long we've been out here?
A groggy Tess sways from side to side. Joseph's gentle hands are the only thing preventing her from passing out on the ground.
It's funny that you, of all people, would accuse us of theft.
What else would you call what happened to my equipment?
I don't know. Borrowing? You loaned it to us, remember?
Correction. Joe loaned it to you.
Joseph gives us a tired smirk and a wave.
I was forced to sit idly by and watch you make off with it. That's theft if I ever seen it.
Push me aside and clambers into the motorhome followed by the other 2.
Looks like we're coming in.
Good morning. Hey, you 3. Morning. How are you guys doing?
Tired. For what it's worth, we tried stopping her.
Mariah stomps to the middle of the motorhome, analysing everything before releasing a loud scoff.
So where's my stuff?
If you don't get out of my RV in 5 seconds, it'll be shoved up your ass.
Don't worry about it. You guys are great. Hey, Tess. Did you hang up your new wind chime?
Tess' eyes flickered with interest for all of a second, then returned to their abstained, drippy state.
Above my bed.
What's up with the fold-out? You two don't sleep together?
What?
Oh, lesbians.
Told ya.
Damn it.
Grumbling, Mariah pulls a bill from her pocket and slaps it in Joe's hand.
Doesn't we get to sleep in tomorrow morning?
Looks like the best on this shit.
Sure does, kiddo. Sure does.
Reverend leader of the circus returns to inspecting the motorhome, fiddling with the magnets on the fridge.
Anyway, give me back my equipment and we'll get out of your hair.
Just fucking hand it to her. She don't find the gold.
Come on, just let them use it. It's the least we can do after tearing apart her car.
Mariah's attention turned to the counter, talked to the open box of stunning gold nuggets from the night before. Oh god damn it.
And whose fault was that? What is this?
What is what?
The thing on the counter? It almost looks like...
Oh, that?
I swear to god, Marina.
That's the piece of the treasure we
Oh,
found.
dumbass.
Ha! Yeah, right! You're kidding.
She chuckles. She stops.
She's kidding, right?
I have a devious thought and crack an equally devious smile.
Nope. She's telling the truth. 100%.
Throw my arm around Mariah and bring her close. Joseph and Tess shoot each other alarmed glances.
We found it last night with your equipment.
She's standing there, stupefied.
No! That's impossible. You're lying.
Really now? Hey, Marina, why don't you tell her about it?
Sure thing! It started yesterday after we met. Amber looked at the journal again and thought it might be near the smaller rocks behind the bigger one. They're called dikes, I think. Anyway, turns out she was right!
Maya looks down, muttering to herself. I swear to God, these pricks feel that I'm going to be violently upset.
But how? Why wouldn't he just hide it on the mountain? It doesn't make sense. If he was going back to Missouri...
Her voice diminishes until her words are reduced to lip flaps, like a mad scientist trying to figure out a complex equation. She retreats out into her own little world.
Mariah?
A smidge of sympathy buds inside of me. I looked at Joseph and Tess. Even they looked a little shocked.
Is she gonna be okay?
I honestly don't know.
Tess approaches Mariah, who's still whispering nonsense under her breath. Nonchalantly, Tess hops in front of her, her hands reaching upwards and trying to wave in front of Mariah and bring her back to our world. No response. Tess pulls Mariah's arm skyward, then allows him to flop down by her side. Still no response.
You know, we've been looking into that treasure since we were kids.
Joseph steps up on the counter and stares into the box.
Never expected someone else to find it before us.
That's more than I can say. I didn't even think it existed.
There's that too.
He sighs, then with a shrug, cracks a smile.
Well, good job anyway. You ladies seem cool, so if it couldn't be us, then at least it was you.
You guys want to stick around? We could tell you more about it.
Marina, no. He looks at Mariah.
Somehow, I don't think that would be healthy for her. Or you.
He grabs Mariah by the shoulders, begin pushing her towards the exit.
Come on, Mariah. Let's go make you a nice cold michelada. You two can keep the equipment. Think of it as an apology gift.
Absolute legend. Because cheaply made tools I can get back at any hardware store are equal value to a car. They're almost out of the motorhome when Mariah flips and rushes back.
Hold on a minute, thief!
Oh fuck, here we go. She looks me straight in the eye, her expression turning to that of a piercing
You
horror.
just had beginner's luck. You might have found the first piece, but I promise you, me and my team will find the rest.
Ooh. Jan just extends her hands and smirks. I pause for a moment, then grab it and offer a smirk of my own.
You're on.
Mariah and Joseph let out a sigh of relief, as if they've just witnessed the sighting of a peace treaty.
Well, guess that takes care of that.
Now let's get out of here and go back to a proper base.
Are you going to drink until you feel better again, sis?
Jesus.
Shut up! Didn't Mom ever teach you any manners?
You always said Mom is an airheaded ditz who wouldn't know good advice or a good man if it bit her on the butt.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for all the trouble, ladies. See you two down the road.
Joseph pulls the door closed. Mariah and I stay put as the bickering of the trio fades into the distance.
Were you serious?
About what?
The treasure. You told Mariah that you were gonna find the rest. If you were just being nice and want to leave now, that's fine too. You've already done a lot for me.
She casts her eyes downward to hide her emotion, but I know better by now.
And let you keep all the treasure for yourself? Hell no.
Her eyes bounce back.
Besides, someone's got to keep you from getting yourself into trouble.
Let's go!
May as well be me.
For real? But don't you have the festival to go to?
It's still a little while away. I wanted to do some sightseeing anyway.
Mariah launches herself forward. Before I can sidestep, she tackles me with the force of a gold-filled freight train. Or even to try to resist is futile in the grace of Maria's hug.
Thank you, 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 thank you!
Actually, I probably owe you an apology.
She cocked her head and looked at me. I looked away, my bashful side taking over.
Well, you know, I kept saying it wasn't real and stuff.
Hey, don't worry about it. Most people wouldn't have given me the time of day.
Yeah, but
Relax. Just figure out where we have to go next.
I smile. Walk to the front of our RV and take our seats, grabbing the journal from the glove compartment. I flip it open. I glance over the second to last entry. Key phrases like split pit, split path, meter, and acres of identically arched stone from my brain into the deep end, drowning me in dizzying puzzles before I even fully read it. Marina peers over, trying to decipher the entries with me. A speck of inadequacy crawls up inside of me. I gently flip to the next entry before Mariah notices I'm stuck. I'll deal with that later. For now, we'll just narrow this down. What has happened since my last entry, so let me waste no time in beginning. As I mentioned previously, I had begun to develop a cough of some sort during my travels. At the time, I thought nothing of it, just a result of being overexposed to the elements. After all, a handsomely rugged and worldly man such as myself should be used to such things, but I digress. Unfortunately, the more I continue under the blazing sun, the more my condition worsens, until finally my body gave out. The last thing I remember is falling off my steed. Some time later, I woke next to the fire with my horse nearby. I, myself, could not move as I was held down by illness and sweat. I was reassured by a man sitting across from me. On further inspection, I realized he was a native of this land. I had several encounters with people of this sort during my time on the wagon trail, so naturally, I was suspicious and fearful for the remainder of my goals. However, the man said he had no interest in such things. A dry, quiet fellow. The man tells me his name was Lamasi. Lamasi? Let's go with that. And that I was in a canyon his people occupied, although they had been driven to a different segment of it some years back. His English was quite fluent, and when I inquired, he said he had learned from the settlers a boy. Over the next several days, Lamasi would nurse me back to health. He would never stray too far, and preferred looking after his estranged tribe from a distance, but I was able to explore portions of his home eventually. I stumbled down a long ruined home built into a cave on the side of the mountain. According to Lazami, there were many more like it, although they originally belonged to enemies of his ancestors. It was then I realized I would lose the next portion of that advantage. On my last day with him, I informed Lazami of my plans. He casually promised to guard it for me until I returned. Before I left, he pointed me in the direction of the sacred landmark, one so giant and huge it would simultaneously be a conspicuous and inconspicuous hiding place. With that knowledge, I bid farewell to my friend and the trusted gold in his care. Perhaps I will reward him someday. Perhaps I will reward it with some of him on the return trip.
You're my Lamesi, Amber.
Suddenly, my chest felt like a hummingbird is fluttering around it. I shut my eyes from her smile that hit my face. Oh, it's so cute.
Thanks.
When you strip away the circumstances, I did save and protect her like that Lamasi guy did with the miner.
Gorge is like a canyon, right?
Mina leans in closer and points to the entry, strands of her soft hair tickling my cheek. I scoot back and power through it, taking a sharp breath to recollect my thoughts.
Basically, yeah.
Maria nearly sprang out of her seat in a burst of realization, her head an inch away from smacking into the ceiling.
Oh my god. Does that mean we get to go to the Grand Canyon? Do we get to go to the Grand Canyon, Amber?
Oh.
Not unless history decides to rewrite itself. There are lots of canyons with ruins. One of them is the Grand Canyon, but most of them have been cleaned out for hundreds of years.
I took down a groan. Indian ruins aren't exactly rarities around here. Maybe the other entry wasn't so bad after all.
So we're looking for a place that was still being used in the 1850s. Rena hunkered down and thinks of me, wrinkles fall on her forehead as she tries to strain out an answer. I'm pretty sure she doesn't even know where to start, but hey, at least she's trying. Well, there is one place. Rena hardly gets a breath out before I crush her dreams once again. Not the Grand Canyon. She sinks back into her chair and quietly pouts. It's still in Arizona, but it's a different place. Canyon de Chelly. The Navajo weren't chased out until 1863, so the timing isn't too screwy. Place is loaded with ruins, too.
Oh, are they Puebloan ruins?
My flow of information stops. She knows what I'm talking about? She can actually pronounce it?
Yeah, I'm surprised you know that.
Yep, I've been reading some of those travel guides lying around. Super interesting.
Those things must be about as old as I am by now. I didn't have the heart to throw them away when I was cleaning everything out.
Hey, that's how I did it. It's the best way to learn. Anyway, Canyon de Chelly is pretty damn close to here.
She gasps.
So it might have lined up with the route he took.
Well, I can't be 100% positive, but...
Close my eyes and slam the book shut. The air between the pages puffing out at us. Then, with one eye open, shoot Marina a grin.
I'm pretty sure.
There we go. Right, and with that... Boom. Gonna save again. Just to make sure. And that'll about wrap up today's stream. Was that 2.5 hours? Yeah. I would move myself from this little corner, but I'm gonna play this game again tomorrow. I might be able to play through the story in the week. Big stretch. I would say thanks for coming, but I've been sitting alone this entire time. Oh well. Hopefully I'll get a viewer tomorrow. Bye.